Hello and welcome back to the round table with Marco again.
Greetings again.
Oh yeah, right. I was asked about your channel. Is your channel currently existing and people can already subscribe to it or not? Since I had at least
No,
one who wanted to go there.
I have currently simply done a bunch of groundwork and some testing with what I can do with my little footage and material that I got. But if I get the channel running, I will, by that point, let you know. Right, here we are.
Yeah, you were about to read this.
Yes. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up?
What?
Two. No, she did not. Two types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
Proves that someone bled on it, yeah. But why would there be blood from her on the shoe? Because she stabbed her hand for some reason. With the
Quite possible.
gloves. What?
Yeah. What? There was blood found on that shoe?
That hasn't been brought up yet?
You'd think that the actual investigators would have noticed something like that.
Oh, maybe she just stole it.
Naughty, naughty. Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you had blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Wait, there are actually laws? Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. What? But we did this all the freaking time! We just pulled evidence out of our asses!
It's almost as if the writers just started writing and then, as they went along, realized, we should probably have rules in this universe.
In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. He's even trying to steal my lines. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop.
Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
Why haven't I never used this on Phoenix? Is that right, Mr. White?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen.
You could at least study some evidence law, really? Seems like you're not a lawyer for a very long time, so like a year. How did you win any case? With spirits.
Magic. The prosecutor's complaints notwithstanding,
It appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you witnessed.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye.
Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examine her.
Yeah. I should have mentioned those 5... Wait, did we actually read this?
Yes. It was just a very long-winded dialogue in between.
Okay. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing.
Then why didn't you just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh.
God, not dying, please.
We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This when the suspect is admitting she did it?
But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, mister. Let's just get this over with.
I completely forgot that I was supposed to give her a cough every now and then.
Wait, why? Huh? Oh, because cough up queen.
And the matter of the victim's shoe. And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime. I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with the shoe?
I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really.
In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now, tell us what you did next.
I mean, wouldn't it be pretty obvious if Goodman had only one shoe on his foot? Or on his feet?
Yeah, but the autopsy report conveniently doesn't mention that.
Yep.
Yeah. But this one would seem to be the most relevant one. So you brought it to forensics department. The forensics department. If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved.
That is the biggest joke in the whole Phoenix Wright franchise.
Pretty much. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert or a ghost. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective.
The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it.
Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. And the other type? You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Huh? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood
that's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear.
That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone's but Miss Lana Sky's.
Oh, so the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe.
That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
I was afraid he was going to say that. Flawless!
Flawless decisive evidence? Oh, maybe you can analyze it. The shoe.
Maybe. Maybe, baby. I can. Except it's difficult to move it around.
This blood, it's my
Oh.
sister's, right?
It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime.
Oh, sis. There, this
and-
is very suspicious.
Oh,
Ah! There's blood here too!
on the sole of the shoe, it's got to be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood.
All this blood. It's horrible.
This blood might be an important clue.
It's probably all we needed.
I'm getting a clue. I'm getting a clue. Oh, I'm getting such a big clue. And it would seem inconsistent with this photo since there's no puddle of blood anywhere.
Yeah, but I think you have to show the shoe. And then you get asked why. I think. I mean,
Would
just the picture wouldn't make any... But yeah, I would object the shoe as decisive evidence with the shoe itself. That's how the game works. Kind of, I think.
Yes, I'll trust you on that one.
What? That's wrong? Oh, why didn't you save?
Well, we're fucked. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor.
And how exactly does... Nope, not today, Mr. Wright.
God damn it! I say this. Why am I wrong? What would you have done here? I think we should save regardless, since there's only one more mistake left.
We might actually get to see the game over screen. Well, I was about to show the photo.
You can't be.
I'm very serious. Unfortunately for you, this shoe is far from being perfect evidence.
You're smarter than me. God damn it.
What? This shoe directly contradicts what we know about the crime. The shoe doesn't fit.
Order, order!
I should just let you do the evidence showing. You're claiming there's a contradiction with this shoe?
Uh-huh. As I said, the shoe doesn't fit what we know about the scene of the crime.
Very well, let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say about the shoe. What about this shoe contradicts what we know about the crime? Show us the problem with this evidence.
Oh, why?
And there we go. No. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't there any blood print? Why weren't any bloody God damn it today! Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime?
Aha!
As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort.
I mean, true, why would you remove blood-stained footprints from the scene of the crime?
Oh, well. Or at least as far as it's been going right now, why would she even have the time to remove them?
Order! 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 Well, witness?
What?
Great going, Mr. White, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh,
That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. White, think!
hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What? Why does he not have a hold it line? I see. Now I get it.
Get what?
Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. Arr, a leopard woman.
Oh no. I thought that was a strange thing for that normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness? Well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean?
Still don't get it, Mr. White? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
To clean it away?
Oh, you don't mean...
Yes! Cornflakes! No, wait. The suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. I was thinking about non-peace. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her.
Ah!
That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him?
So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. White, do something, please!
What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it.
But... Enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Star's on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds its defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Drum roll. Oh,
Little girl, what did you just say?
Huh? Me?
Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side?
Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints.
Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox, a lunchbox called evidence.
wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
The time for deliberations has passed. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the cough up queen. Look at this.
A photograph?
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. White, wait! Look at the asphalt in this photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. White. I guess I couldn't help after all.
Even the power of science is powerless. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia.
White, wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel.
Huh? That was the dumbest spiritual message I've ever heard.
Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end.
That's a little bit better. This is the last piece of evidence.
Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Aha!
Your Honor, wait.
What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? God damn it! Whatever it is, can it wait?
No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph. The last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, White. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this.
I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Oh, very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court a problem in this photograph.
Well, you can't see his face. Which is... well, it does look like... The knife was left in... Was that a would that be any kind of contradiction? I cannot look at the evidence.
Don't know.
Oh wait, Lana Sky was wearing his coat, wasn't she?
I mean, she was something.
Well, well, a big white suit at least.
I'm not sure what we need to find here.
And also there was the back at the crime scene they had taped like the figure of how the victim was positioned when he died, when they found him at least.
Oh, right. He's not
and he was
lying the
definite-
same way.
So there's plenty of stuff that would seem suspicious. So it's either the body itself, I'm not sure if it's the shoe. And what's this thing in the exhaust pipe?
Oh, wait, that reminds me. Mia said don't throw the towel.
Well, I only have... Oh, I can't save here either, and I only have one shot left, I guess. So... the
I know that
towel-
this thing in the... in
the exhaust pipe?
Yeah, in the exhaust pipe. I know that this thing will be important, but I don't know if it is important right now. But she said something about don't throw the towel, and the towel is basically almost like a scarf. But then again, I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that it's the body for now, and we'll see what happens. Well, it's probably here, don't you think? What?
Oh, boy.
God damn it. Damn it, game.
As your elder, Mr. Wright, let me give you a piece of advice. When you point at something, at least remember to keep your eyes open.
I believe he's trying to say that no one's falling for your bluffs, Mr. Wright.
Open your eyes, Mr. White. Think scientifically.
I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake.
Well, let's go again.
So we have infinite guesses we can do.
It's just a matter of how fast.
I mean, the
See.
only other thing is maybe the towel.
It's the exhaust pipe, the shoe, and the knife itself.
Oh, then this. Well, you can decide what you try this time.
What would What? No, what the hell?
What? Oh.
No.
Interesting how lenient they are right now.
I guess it's because you can't save or something. Well, let's try this. The problem in this photograph is here.
What's this? Oh, that's still me. Goddamn, there's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor?
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph.
A muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe.
I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing, absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case.
She insisted on that she had a scarf?
That she did. And that does... She doesn't have a muffler on here.
I mean, that's the only one I would have picked, but...
there is the only thing that is related. It's not necessarily contradictory, but let's go. Well, Your
okay.
Honor? Yes? How do you feel about that?
Uh-oh, we lost.
Uh-oh.
I just saw that.
Actually, I don't feel well at all. I have this pounding headache.
No, I meant, what do you think about the...
Uh-oh.
I'm afraid the reason for that headache is you, Mr. Wright.
Oh, no!
That's enough.
No!
This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. The defense has failed to give the court sufficient reason to doubt the prosecution's claim.
What did we say?
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, guilty.
Well, and with that, the first Phoenix Wright game is over.
And the accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Oh.
Oh! I was kicked out!
Oh boy. Okay, it seems we have figured already out what it is now. And we
Yes,
had to
once
get
I
back.
once I saw the evidence, it was pretty obvious when the literal word is right in it. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler? Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence.
Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so.
Oh, that was close. But we made it. At least for now.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
But you already ate.
He's still hungry.
Oh, there's to be continued.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that's the episode then. Let's wrap it up here. I hope you enjoyed
Let's
it.
do so.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching, and hopefully see you in the next one as well. Stay tuned for more.
And if you like see me fumbling over words and evidence, just give it a like and comment about how great I am.